Hardly a day goes by when Afghanistan does not make headlines for a humanitarian crisis. Women's rights are being crushed every day. The Taliban's medieval laws are taking the country back to the Stone Age. Young girls and women are being deprived of an education and the right to work. Today we'll tell you about how, since the Taliban captured power in 2021, millions of Afghan nationals have been pushed into extreme poverty and hunger. According to the World Health Organization, the malnutrition rates in Afghanistan are at record highs. Scores of families have no money to feed their children. And while the Taliban have shown how little they care, what about the international community, especially the Western powers that abandoned the Afghan people overnight, leaving them at the mercy of the Taliban?
This is the Indira Gandhi Children's Hospital in Kabul. The beds are cramped with malnourished children.
Will she be able to survive?
In some cases, 3 or 4 children are forced to share a single bed. Zarmina, a mother of 5, brought her son to this hospital 10 days ago as he began losing weight. She says her husband is unable to earn enough to feed the children. There are days when the family doesn't have a morsel to eat.
My son got sick because every day, even when his father goes out to work, he cannot earn enough to feed him. If he manages to buy some bread, we will have something to eat. Otherwise, there has been many times that we have spent the whole day without eating anything.
According to the World Food Programme, malnutrition rates in Afghanistan have reached alarming levels, with half the country enduring severe hunger throughout the year.
Currently, 2/3 of the population, 28 million people, are in need of humanitarian assistance for survival. Of these, nearly 20 million people are expected to be severely food insecure this year. Of those, 6 million literally do not know where their next meal will come from.
The Taliban takeover in August 2021 drove millions into poverty and hunger after foreign aid stopped almost overnight. Soon after Kabul fell to the Taliban, WION visited the Afghanistan capital. We went to the Indira Gandhi Hospital, one of the best equipped children's hospitals in the country. And this is how bad things were. The 150-bed hospital had to treat almost 450 patients. Many children were left gasping for air.
The mortality rate in this ward remains very high. As you can see, there are 2 children being made and adjusted on a single bed. Doctors here say that there is a medicine shortage. They say that they're not able to save the patients, to save these young newborns for inadequate supplies. The humanitarian crisis is prevalent.
A year later, things have got much worse. Sanctions on the Taliban regime, a halt on bank transfers and frozen currency reserves restricted access to global institutions and external assistance that supported the country's aid-dependent economy. As if that wasn't bad enough, the Taliban's recent ban on women working for NGOs has dealt a body blow to aid programs. Dozens of NGOs have suspended operations in Afghanistan. Hundreds of mobile health clinics have disappeared, impacting over 80,000 children and pregnant and lactating women. A school meal program being put on hold has hit over 600,000 students. Afghanistan's ongoing humanitarian crisis has become significantly worse in the winter season. Freezing weather, heavy snowfall and the mercury plummeting to minus 30 degrees Celsius in recent weeks has claimed at least 170 lives.
We don't have wood to keep us warm. We don't have anything. All I have is a wheelbarrow, and I can make about 10 to 20 US cents every day to feed myself, with just some cold water and bread.
Afghanistan has been facing a severe humanitarian crisis due to the 2 decades of war waged by the United States and the economic sanctions imposed after the withdrawal of NATO troops. While it is clear that the Taliban only care about consolidating their power, the question is, for how long will the international community remain a mute spectator to the misery of the Afghan people?